actually the non-comic relief. I think the brief was, because it's mind and body, and you're a psychologist, can you interact with the audience and make sure it includes your research areas. So when you hear my research areas, you're going to realise that was kind of hard. But I'll give you some context to what my research area is. So I'm in the psychology department in UCD. Is anyone else here from UCD? Really? So I can call it the finishing school for D4 kids then. But yeah, so I'm here from UCD. But when about 16 years ago, I got interested in an area of psychology that at the time was not at all popular. Things have changed. And the area was, or is, mindfulness-based intervention. So the now zeitgeist word that basically is used for everything. I've even seen a kids colouring book called the Mindfulness Colouring Book that has nothing to do with mindfulness, but just the word to sell it. When I originally got interested in that, there was just very much a charismatic academic that persuaded me this was the new thing to do in psychology. So I thought, great, that's fantastic. And then when I got the results from the first study and it was significant, and I said, wow, look, we reduced anxiety in our anxious patients. And he was like, what the fuck, no way. And I was like, did we not think we were going to? Did we not like... I just didn't expect it to work. Jesus. Which was coming hot on the heels of the first time I'd actually told my family what I was studying and what my dad was throwing money at. Oh, Louise is doing a PhD. Oh, what is she doing it in? So it's this thing where, you know, you meditate and you get silent and it's really good for your well-being. And my dad was like, that sounds like horseshit. That's never going to work. So then sort of the beginning part was attending conferences where there was like one person in the experimental psychology in the room, and then you'd start talking and you'd mention mindfulness and they'd say, oh sorry, I'm in the wrong room. Phil's room's now. So it was very much an unpopular topic, but over the years and over the research and developing measurement into it and showing that it works across, you know, anything from trichotillomania to you know, anxiety to increasing quality of life and doing amazing things across many areas. It turns out now that the typical thing is, actually that shit, that can't really be what it is because it just does everything. So going from the horseshit won't work to, we've got empirical data across lots of populations to, that's horseshit. To the point where, for Christmas, I got 7 of the Ladybird books of mindfulness. It really made me question my life choices. What the fuck am I doing with my life? Is it, Stephen? Is that the... So I started to read the Ladybird Book of Mindfulness, having written lots of papers about mindfulness to see if I could learn anything, or if really I had needed to research it for that long, and you could do it in a tiny book that kids could read. And then I read one page that said, Declan is so into mindfulness, but he still forgot to go to get his car RCT'd. NCT'd. And I thought, oh my god, that happened to me. I've been doing this for years, I'm not mindfulness at all. But then I saw an even worse page, after all this time, trying to be all about compassion, changing the world, creating common humanity. And then there is more wisdom in a waterfall than there is in 100 men, says Jake. Jake is always saying things like this. His ex-wife's sister calls him jerk. What the fuck? Yeah. So, as an interaction with the audience that's in my research area, and as a way to sort of respond to this idea that mindfulness is basically supposed to, how could it possibly do all that it's doing? How could it really matter to everybody? Or the common, I guess, other comment, which is, I don't need to be mindful. I don't need to be in the present moment. I'm totally aware of what's going on. We're going to do what I would classify as there are way more empirically valid measures of how mindful you are, but we're going to have a very brief measure of how mindful you are. So what I want you to do, and it won't be painful, and you won't have to, you know, focus on your breathing, and you won't have to hug anyone. You might want to hug someone, you can hug someone if you want to do that. But what I want you to do is I want you to all close your eyes. I think this is the briefest test of mindfulness we can do. I want you, without opening your eyes, to see if you can remember the colour top of the person beside you. Open your eyes and see if you can remember what the person beside you is wearing. So that's the sort of first part, which is we're really unaware of our environment. We really don't notice a whole lot about what's going on around us. And I'm pretty sure if I'd asked the colour of the wallpaper, you would have probably struggled too. That's an even better test. The other part of it, about focusing your attention, the other part of it is that our minds or our thoughts are a real pain in the ass. And whether the thought is, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Or the thought is, did I leave the hair straightener on? Shit, well, should I go home? Do I leave the hair straightener on? I better go home. Oh God, I might burn down the house. Our minds really take us away from the present. If only I could remember what the second exercise was. That would be very unmindful if I couldn't. I like him. So, I actually genuinely forgot there for a second. So what I want you to do now is, just as a way of sort of showing the second part of mindfulness, I'm going to get you again to close your eyes, but this time I'm going to pick somebody at random. And I want that person to belt out John Lennon's Imagine at the top of their voice. So if you could just all close your eyes. I can still pick someone if their eyes are open, so don't think that's an out. Okay, it's okay. Obviously I'm not really going to make someone do that. But what I do want to show you is how many people had thoughts of, oh fuck, I hope they don't pick me. So, our context can change the thoughts we're having. If I hadn't said that, there's no way you would have been having that thought. So, as the interactive piece that shows my research area, and in line with the theme for the mind and body, we are going to do an interactive exercise. And the exercise is crazy as shit and genuinely done regularly in groups for mindfulness, so not just for comedy. And it's called Taking Your Mind for a Walk. So I quite liked the fact that the earlier comedian mentioned taking her eggs for a walk, because I thought, oh, we're kind of building up to it. So what that's going to involve is actually getting out of your chairs. It's okay, I did, I'm still alive. And what you're going to have to do is, with the person beside you, one of you is going to be the body, and one of you is going to be the mind. Yeah, are you already deciding you're the body? Okay. Yeah, look at him. So what you're going to do, and I promise you may actually learn something from doing this. If not, you'll probably get a laugh out of it. What you're going to do is that the bodies have to be silent, but they can do whatever they want, keeping it clean. And the minds have to can talk as much as they like, but they have to do whatever the body does. And the minds need to be kind of critical. So for example, if I was a mind and I was just going to copy my body, I'd say, look, I really wish you could stand up, I really wish you could stand up, you're an awful pain in the arse, you're really annoying me, I really want to stand up. But I still have to do whatever she's doing because she's my body, okay? Okay. Do people know what they're doing? Oh, well, there you are, that's alright then. Does everyone know what they're doing? Does everyone okay, has everyone got a mind and everyone got a body? Yeah. Alright guys. Okay, so does everyone have a mind and a body? I want you to, as your minds and bodies, and bodies do move and minds, be really critical. Starting 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So, and brief and all as it is, the reason you do that in workshops of mindfulness is because you don't ever have to listen to your mind. You can do whatever you want. And just as an indication of how far, how crazy this fad has come from no one ever coming to talks, I went on a silent retreat in Glenstow Abbey, where all the monks are, and one of the international rugby teams before the Rugby World Cup were also there on a silent retreat, in a completely separate group. And all of us were there, silent, passing each other milk with gestures, for tea, sorry, and random. And in between us, one of the monks on his mobile phone interrupted in full mode conversation. I thought, my God, how the world has changed. The monk is the one interrupting us on his mobile. So then, just as a parting gesture, one of my other favourite pages in the Mindfulness book, Katrina is in love with the earth, but she worries that it does not love her back. Maybe joining Friends of the Earth was a mistake. Now the earth will never see her as more than that. That's bullshit. Your mind never knows the truth. Don't listen to your thoughts. The other, I guess, parting word is don't trust a Ladybird book for anything you want to learn over 10 years of age. Thank you.